1 minute before this Zwift Insider Tiny Race, first of a series of 4. I'm on number 1. This is the first one of this 4. Today's races are really something I wasn't prepared for. I'm gonna get it to you this way. None of these races were what I thought they were going to be. Zwift Insider, I realize now that every week the races change, because in my head I was thinking, okay, these races that I had last week, I would prepare myself this week for. But the races are totally different. So I think they go everywhere. This is a Richmond UCI reverse, which means I didn't know what it means. Every race I would look up as I'm waiting for the next one to start to try to figure out what that race is. This race is only 2.5 miles. So in my head I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm just gonna push this thing out until I get to the end. As you see, this race is very different for me, because this is all these races were not built for me. I think that's the way I should say it. And we're off. And as you see, as we pull off, I try to do what I normally do every time I'm riding these races. I try to get out and stick with the first pack, and sometimes I try to lead the pack. As you see with this one, I do the same thing again. I get out in front of the pack and I lead the pack. And I get out to try to lead the pack, or at least be up front with everyone while they're riding. These Zwift Tiny Races, Insider Tiny Races, are a great barometer, a great measuring stick for yourself. As we come through this first lap, with 2.4 miles left in, a point mile in, I'm in front. And now I'm thinking, hey, my legs are fresh because I didn't ride Friday. I prepared myself for this race, and I just start trying to push it. I want to push the pack. I want to push us forward, so that I know this is only 2.2 miles, and if these guys really can't push it, they really can't go, they're going to stick with me the whole race. And you can see I'm at 46 miles an hour, and this is a negative 5% decline, and I'm really rolling. This guy comes in front of me, and I'm going, wow, he must really be pushing the wattage. I'm watching him pass me, and I look down, and he's at 3.9, 3.5, and I'm going, wow, he's really running. But I'm still only pushing out 2.9, 2.8, but I'm 500 watts in. But as long as it's downhill, I can really ride. So my goal now is just to ride these downhills and stick with everyone. And I see that we got 1.7 miles left in the race, and I'm thinking to myself, if I could just stay with him, maybe by the end of the race I can overtake him if he's gonna keep setting the pace with me. And I look back and I'm 3 seconds ahead of everybody, and except him, and he's riding, me and him riding together, and I'm going, okay, this is a slide. I look in the right hand corner and I see that there's an elevation coming up, and I'm trying to push the wattage out. This race right here, I see the hill. I'm gonna let y'all understand, when I see hills, panic comes over me, which it shouldn't, but it does. I'm being honest. When I see a hill and I see this thing start to climb at 7%, and I'm still riding at 600, almost 600 watts, and I'm just losing power. And he's just walking away from me like I'm not trying to race with him. This is a perfect example of the things I have to get over as a bigger rider. This guy's, I'm putting out 600 watts. 3.2, 3.1, and that takes about 600 watts for me to put out, and I'm down to 8 miles an hour, and he's still pulling away from me. He's putting out wow, I didn't realize he was putting out that much, and he's literally pulling away from me, and there's nothing I can do to actually catch up to him, because I'm still slowing down at 500 watts putting out. And I look down and I notice that everyone else, if you ever wonder why I'm always trying to put on distance in between me, at 11% climb, I'm down to 6 miles an hour, and people pass me like I'm just standing still. And this is the thing I run into when I run into hillier races. And I do them. I am to the point where I'm doing a lot more, because the only way to get over the hillier races is to run through them. So I'm going to run through them, and with this race, I'm thinking to myself, small accomplishment is just finish in the race in the top 10. I'm trying to do. That's my goal, is to finish in the top 10. So I decided that I'm just going to try to catch up to these guys, and when it turns and it feels like it's going downhill, that's all I think about, and then it starts to climb again. And that's where I run into the issues is As long as I'm climbing these major hills, when it comes to the decline, some guys are so far ahead of me by the time I get over it and they've already caught up speed. It takes forever. Now it's a -10 coming down, and you'll see me really start catching folks again. And I start walking them down, and now I'm going, okay, cool, maybe the rest of the ride is a downhill flat. And I'm trying to catch up to them. I'm going, okay, if I can ride this thing out, I can walk people down. I'm at 40 miles an hour, and you can see that I'm just walking up on people. And that's the great thing about my weight coming downhill. But if we go back uphill, what you see, we had a 10% incline, I start just come to a point where I'm almost to a standstill. The power just, and that jumps up to 21, and I literally fall to almost 6 miles. I think I end up going down to 3 miles an hour or 5 miles an hour, and I'm pushing 600 watts. I'm trying my best to make this bike get up this hill as fast as possible. But it's nothing I can do because of the weight that I am, and it's true to life. If I was outside riding now and I hit a hill like that at my weight, there's nothing I can do but just power through the hill. Just continue not to give up. And that's one thing I want people to understand. Do not ever give up. No, don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on yourself. Don't do it. Just maintain the power and just keep going. But don't quit on yourself. I'm asking you, just try to get through it as best you can. The achievement for some people is just to finish the race. My achievement is, can I finish in the top 10? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to finish in the top 10 at least on the Zwift Insider. I may not win this race, but there's no reason why I can't finish strong, and that's what I'm trying to do. And as I come up on this guy here, I'm thinking, okay, cool, I can pass him, and then we're gonna make a race of it with him. And maybe if I don't have any more hills, I can probably pull out 5th, 6th. I could probably pull out 7th. I'm thinking, okay, maybe the guy's only 10 seconds ahead of me. Maybe with a nice long smooth flat, maybe I can catch up to him. And as I come around the corner, I'm looking ahead, I do a Zwift bomb so I can cheer everybody on. I don't know if I hit the burrito, I don't remember when I hit it, but I'm on the downhill and I'm going, okay, cool, I can walk these people down. And you look at my speed, because of my weight, that number jumps really high. And you can see as that number keeps jumping up, I'm starting to catch the people ahead of me. And that's because of my weight. But if another hill comes up, that's when the problems come in. Now I'm looking at, I'm 1,000 feet from the end of this. I'm in 8th place, and I'm just trying to push that. I know that these guys were way ahead of me, but I'm just trying to maintain this 8th spot. And that's my goal right now. And I did it. That was the first one of this. And with that done, I am also going to put up my weight today. I weighed in last month, the first Saturday of July. I think it was last Saturday of June, sorry. I weighed 405. I will post it today, but today when I weighed myself, I'm 395. I lost 10 pounds in about 5 weeks, 2 pounds a week. So I will post that for everyone to see. Thank you and have a great day.